I'm going through Restream, y'all, so if you want to, would love to hear, or rather know exactly who's coming in. Otherwise, you know how it goes. No name comments on Facebook. Let's see. All right. Just some thoughts, y'all. Just some thoughts. Should I finish it up already? Ooh, my sound effects. Hey everybody, welcome. For those that are on Facebook land, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me in the group. This thing keeps turning on and off. Uh-oh, that's my monitor for my sup, Lem. Get enough sleep. Enough, brother, enough. There's always death. Get sleep then. Anyway, no, I got a very gracious wife that allows me to go to sleep, even though it's past 10 o'clock in the morning. All right. Guys, I have no idea who you are. You're as you can see, your avatar is not showing up because I am restreaming and on YouTube. So you're not showing up, and I apologize for that. I'd love to call out everybody who's making a mention and all the love I'm seeing right now. Let me fix my little headspace. It's getting cut off a little bit. There you go. All right, I just came in just to kind of drop what I've been thinking about in this Vlogmas day 5, y'all. Day 5. Oh my goodness, what is going on? My equipment's just popping and doing all this stuff. Oh, yeah. All right, I love you all. Catching you live. I think that's what you're saying. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, oh no, what is going on with my monitor? Oh goodness, let's see. This is not good. All right, let me get my teleprompter here. But anyway, folks, let me put this on. Christmas thing going on. But you're all getting on live. Thank you guys so much for all the love. My goodness, man, this is the reason why Doc goes live twice, 3 times, 4 times a week. You guys making me feel like so loved right now. Thank you all so much. I want to share a thought that I've been thinking since my conversation with DJ, the one and only DJ Strick, and this is gonna drive me insane, and I think I'm in trouble here. My monitor's popping. And oh, my pleasure. Please put your name after, otherwise join me on YouTube. Dr. Elo coming in on the YouTube space. God bless you, sir. I love your stuff, man. Anyway, let me come in and out of here. My wife still got me a second coating her office, and you know how it is. So I was trying to capture, or I was trying to keep abreast of what Doc was doing live on YouTube. I was painting, and I need another coat, so she has me going to Home Depot in a few minutes. So let me go and drop this little lem drop for you. I've been looking at our vlogs and our videos, and a lot of us are providing content that I believe we are enjoying, obviously. Doing well. Oh, it's coming in here through my settings. Okay, I'm just going to go through there. Oh, no. Why? What's up, Pastor Noble? There you go. Now I know who's who. Oh, my. This is not good. Okay. Anyway. And Lemzes. That's Pastor Jody. There you go. The church guy. Uh-huh. Whoop, whoop. Oh my goodness, what is going on here, y'all? What is up with all my stuff here? This is being funny. Here you go. Even my equipment's bugging out, y'all. Is it the... Okay, I don't know what's going on, everybody. Okay, I better go with this camera angle here. There you go. Okay, I gotta turn this off. Of all the times you guys glitching on me, what is up? All right. And all right, maybe it's my stuff. Anyway, yeah, so let me just share with you a little thought that I had as I was going through all these videos. I don't know if it's happening to you. It certainly is happening to me. Eric, nice to meet you, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Machler, is that how you say it? Did I say it right? Eric Machler? Am I doing my German, or I think it's German, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But anyway, as I was doing all these vlogs, I realized that I was presenting some things that I may not necessarily, I may not do. You know, like I'm a nurse, obviously. For those of you that know, I'm a visiting nurse. I'm a pastor, so I work in that empowerment, motivational, biblical conversations. And so I do a lot of these lem drops, or as we call them now, but a lot of kind of these wisdom nuggets, proverb things that I've picked up from being a student of the Bible for all these years, and also a student of other people, empowerment people and motivational speakers and all these cats that are in that field. And I'm watching our group, and a lot of our group is so diverse, man. And the knowledge base is just so fantastic. I mean, we got Dr. Elo here. We got pastors. We got CEOs. We got all these guys. We have, teachers of different groups, and even like DJ Strick. So last night, DJ and I, Strick and I spoke a little bit after our wrap-up session, and thank you guys for all the love there. That was our first time, me and James, and I hope we did all right. But anyway, we stayed on for another 2 hours just chatting it up. And one of the things we came to is really bringing what you know to your vlog. I think there's a lot of us that are kind of coming into the vlog space, and this is just a thought, y'all. I'm not trying to, or maybe I'm trying to make you consider your vlogging experience, your presentation of your vlog, and the content that you're bringing in. I just want you to consider it, not to change it because I'm saying it, but this is just a thought that I've been seeing. There are a lot of you that I'd like to know your life. I'd like to know your profession. I'd like to know what you actually do with that profession. There's a lot of interest in me to know what you actually do. but we're presenting things that other people are doing on the online space already. Gear, um, maybe lighting talk, or maybe how to start a video channel, how to start, a vlog, how to master all these things. And a lot of us are new to the space. So we're talking about things that we actually are not experts in. All right. And we're kind of trying to figure out as we go along, but we're coming in presenting our thoughts about, so its name, your pronunciation is close enough. Let's stay with Eric. It's easy for all. Thank you, sir. Diversity and love. Good people. Yes, sir. So, and I thought, a lot of us are coming in with a preconceived ideas and notion, maybe in this 5 day, this 7 day, or even this 31 days, we're coming in with this notion that, hey, I got to present something that people may want to see. But I think we are leaving, to use a marketing term, we are leaving money on the table by not coming in to the space of the vlogging with our own share of skills. So for instance, Strick and I, we were talking, and he was a DJ for 15, 20 years or so, and he actually presented and created a genre of radio that was providing hip hop, Christian hip hop music. I mean, back 20 years ago, that was like rare, especially good Christian hip hop, into secular radio stations. And if you see his videos, he's talking about Facebook, advertising, 5 things to do all of this stuff. And I was just presenting it to him, and I was just like, dude, you have something that many of us wonder what in the world is happening in that space. And you have something that hardly anybody have experienced, but a lot of us want to know about. Let's go back to what you know. Let's go back to the expert that you are in that particular field. Now, I love your thoughts about Facebook ad and all these other things, but I would like to know what it was like 20 years ago when you were forging into your new set of dynamics or demographics, and you're actually now working to, to bring that to pass. What was it like in those days to say to a secular radio station, hey, I got this idea? What was it like to begin to talk to the hip hop artists, the Christian hip hop artists, and how did you get their music in, and what did you tell them? And when you began to go into concerts and began to do gigs with them, what was that like? And so I was kind of like telling him, brother, I know that we are new to this space and we're wanting to kind of reach an audience that we think is there, but I think we are leaving, like I said, marketing term, we're leaving money on the table because we're trying to do something we're not necessarily experts in, but we have expertise in something else, right? So, and I'm not, thank you, Mother Felicia. Thank you, Pastor. So this is just a thought, because I'm looking at the diversity in the crowd. I'm looking at our diversity, not only in our cultural diversity, but I'm looking at our skills diversity, our career diversity, our expertise diversity. And I tell you what, man, I'd like to know what got you where you're at. I'd like to know how things are being done in your circle. What are the challenges that you're facing to perform and do the work that you do currently? What is it like to make money off of that space? What is it like to do all those things? So I'm just coming in and considering myself because, you guys, if you've seen the videos that I've posted, I'm talking about goods, goals, and gear. Now, I have the talent. Obviously, I've been talking, for 23 years or so as a preacher, and then more so as a youth leader, all these different things. I present, I preach in crowds, so forth and so on. So I can do that. The goods and the stuff. I do goals. I set my mind on things. I'm not the best in goal settings, and definitely when it comes to gear, I use what I know just to get what I want. I'm not a nerd like Doc is. I don't know the names of my, you know, my equipment. I know them surfacely. I don't know them intricately. I can't go into a live setting and try to be a Doc Rock, who's like a treasure trove of just knowledge of things that we all want to know, but are not so, you know, um, in depth in it. He's just amazing, right, Doc? So I was gonna begin to talk about gear, but the gear that I know, I mean, I know lighting because photography and all those things, but my mind is not really on like the names of all this stuff. There are lighting scenarios. Yeah, Fred says I am a nerd. That's right. Peace be unto you, everybody. Love me. Your life experience can be inspiration to others, even if you can't see it yet. Yeah, one of the things that you will notice in vlog number 5 today, on the vlog that I have, with Strict being my partner in crime, so to speak, in that video, I was talking to him about having that tree of knowledge, right? You invested in that knowledge. You have planted it on the ground. It is bearing you fruit in finances, in family outings. It is causing you to flourish. But in the space that we know as content creators, we're kind of removing ourselves from that so that we can kind of think about what people want to see. Um, and we are leaving that tree behind, and that tree is full of fruit. That tree is full of knowledge. There are things that you know that you probably don't know, right? And because you haven't spent a good amount of time considering what you know about the things you're paid to do and about the things that you are currently doing, that you don't recognize that wealth and knowledge is transferable to people's interest. I'm just saying that, right? Obviously, like I said, again, you guys can do, um, whatever you desire to do and whatever you enjoy. I'm just saying, when I'm looking at the vlogs, I'm looking at the videos, I'm wanting to know the background. What got you to where you are? Why are you doing the thing that you're actually doing right now in the 9 to 5? And I'm talking to myself too, because like as a nurse, how did I get to become a nurse? I'd like to know you. I'd like to know what's going on. Tell us a little bit. Maybe this is next week or what have you. I'm not trying to shift up your your planning, but just dropping some thoughts in there for you to consider. Maybe next week, begin to let us in on some of the things that make you you. Remember, we're presenting ourselves to YouTube. 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 Let's see. It would be cool to have one or more people per day come on the channel and tell us who they are, sort of daily focus on one or more e-cameras. That's fantastic, Pastor Jody. That would be fantastic. I mean, yeah, we could do that, kind of talk about it, but that's what the Vlogmas is all about. Like when we're seeing Rob in his space, when we're seeing Doc in his space, when we're seeing Diana in his space, we are drawn in because that's who they are. That's a part of who they are. And we're kind of like wanting to know, oh, what is behind the scenes with this incredible guy named Doc Rock, right? What's behind the scenes? How does his day work? How does Diana work? How is Rob working? What are they doing? I think that's appealing, at least to me. So I'm trying to pivot a little bit. Like I was supposed to talk today about, at least vlog number 5, I was supposed to talk about gear. And I was like, you know what? It's Vlogmas. So we could pivot and talk about other stuff. And this is what I'm learning. the two buddy experience and what I shared in Two Buddy about making this Vlogmas kind of like a self-exploration, kind of getting to the deeper part of you, learning something about yourself that you have not thought about. As I was doing my B-rolls with my kids, I didn't realize the wealth that I have in my family. You know what I mean? The wealth that I have waking up to my son crawling up on me, being able to kiss his face, having him here, having him tell me good morning, and having him tell me he loves me, being able to hug my wife and be able to kiss her, and be able to rejoice with my children. Really, that was kind of routine. But when I put it onto the scene and I put it out there and I sat back and I was thinking the other day, I was like, one of these days, maybe a year from now, I'm going to look at my son who's 4 right now, and he's going to be 5 or 6 years old. And I'm going to look at him and I'm going to rejoice that I made this video, because I'm celebrating what the blessings that God has for me. These are the really goods. Because when I was starting goods, I was thinking more of talent. I was thinking more of skill. Of course, those are all goods. But the goods that we have in our lives, sometimes we overlook, and sometimes we underspeak, and sometimes we under-testify. And the miracles that we have in our fingertips, sometimes we undervalue. We look at the worth of it and think it's normal. But in reality, there are many people that are waking up that don't have those in their hands, that don't have the kids. There are some people that have lost their children and they're broken. And here we are having to hold our own children. And there are people that do not have the capacity that we're doing right now. They do not have the microphone. They do not have the camera. They do not have the outlet. They do not have the community that we all have. And we really sometimes bypass all those goods for the talents and the skills of YouTubers, of gear-minded people, of people that can express things eloquently and with oratory abilities and all this stuff that everybody else is doing online. And we're missing our own goodness. We're missing our own content. We're missing our own joys. We're missing our own miracles because we're trying to be somebody else. And we're trying to portray a life that maybe we want to see, but we're actually living a life that others want to live. I'm just inviting you to get into that space where you are expressing the gifts, the real goods that you have. The goods that we have is not in the gear. The goods that we have is not on our lighting skills. The goods that we have is not on eCam. These are all tools. The goods that we have are on the inside. They're the ones that give us joy every day. They're the ones that give us reason to move. They're the ones that put food on our table. They're the ones that we drive to. They're the ones that we study for. They're the ones that we wake up in the morning for. They're the joys that drive our lives. They're the giftings that we overlook because we're so caught up in trying to portray this persona when in reality, you're the persona. You are the gift. I'm doing all these B-rolls and I'm seeing the coffee and I'm seeing Bustelo and people are commenting, if you're in Puerto Rican household, you better, that's what's up, repping the culture. And we're talking about this culture and yet we're talking about all these gears that we're just newly using. We're talking about lights that we're just newly using. We're talking about softwares that we're just newly using, but yet we have 15 years of expertise in the field. We have 20 years of expertise in people. We have 50 years of expertise in our connections with people. And we're talking about stuff that we just used 8 months, 6 months, 5 months. Let's draw from the tree that has been bearing fruit in your life for years and years and years and years. The tree that's causing you to stand while the storm is blowing and while the winds is shaking it up. Your tree made you fruit and you bore it, and it was there when the storm was blowing, when the hurricane blew. That tree gave you sustenance. That tree gave you joy. That tree gave you strength. That tree gave you wealth. That tree gave you power to overcome sin and temptation and trials and ups and downs. Those are the fruits that people will bite into and they will salivate because they're looking at your life and they're saying, my God, how wealthy, how rich, how good, how talented, how gifted they are. Ah, God. Thank you. Thank you. Full Gens. And I appreciate everybody's videos. Obviously, I appreciate it. But as 5 days come in, I'm starting to want to know you. I'm starting to want to know more about you. I'm starting to want to know, like Keith posted with his wife, and the little thing that they did. I don't know, it was pre-recorded, but she looked pretty. It looked pretty candid. Yeah, I want to see what this pastor that won a Grammy Award a couple of years ago, how did he get there? How did he record that? What was the environment like? What caused him to want to go into that field? What was his mistake that became a milestone for him that said to him, I'm never going to go back to that place again? I want to know. I want to know that milestone when you said, I will never go back to that place ever again. That's never going to happen to me again. Or if it happens again, I have a recourse and I have a resource to now respond, because the mistake has become a milestone to me, and I've turned mistakes into miracles in my life, and I have made somebody. I made somebody when somebody told me I'm lending you money, and I allowed that hurt to fester in my spirit until it birthed out a seed, and it planted something in me that says, I will never be talked down again. I will never be overlooked again. I will never be pushed aside again. I will make sure, come hell or high water, I'm going to use this moment and make it a milestone for me to look at that and say, that's never going to happen to me again. Yeah, it might have been a mistake. Yeah, it might have been hurtful. Yeah, it might have broken relationship. Yeah, it might have been that time that hurt, but it taught you a lesson. And that lesson you're bringing to yourself right now, and not only to yourself, you're teaching it to your children, and not only to your children, but you're willing to teach it to your grandchildren. And as many people will hear you because it happened to you. And that's the reason who you are. I want to know the reason who you are. I want to know the reason who you are. Right? I want to know it. Come on. Let's get live, crew. Let's get vulnerable. Let's get to talking about us. Let's get to talking to those moments. We want to empower people. Let's empower people by the thing that empowered us when we were down. Let's empower people by the thing that empowered us when we were on our face, crying out to God, or crying out in the corner going, I got to do something. And now you are who you are because you did do something. I wanted to know that moment. I want to know that season. Right? That's just a challenge. Again, you could be building a persona. You could be building somebody else, and maybe you don't want to share everything. But I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, and I hope this is okay. I hope I'm not trying to make everybody do the same thing. We can't do the same thing anyway. We all live differently. We can't be the same thing. There's no way you and I will be able to create the same video, because you and I are individuals. We are fingerprints in the hands of God. So you and I are individual. We're all different, and the different outtakes in life and the humanity and the vulnerability is what's going to connect us to people. And all right. 100%. I got into massage therapy because my acute inability to relate to other humans. Yeah, Fred, I want to know that, man. I want to know that moment. Yeah, show me that massage therapy. Show me what you're doing now and how you're presenting it to the world. Sure, show it to me. But again, it's a genre of YouTubers, but maybe you could do a subset. You could do whatever it is that you're doing right now, but maybe for this group even only. I'd love to know who you are. All right? I'd love to know what's up. But the first time, Fred says, I put my hands on someone with healing touch, it was like God was in my hands. This is Brianna. Oh, thank you, Brianna. I don't know why you're coming in as Fred Savage. Yeah, you are wealthy. You have the goods. You have the content. You have the power, the energy. You have the gifting. We are drawn to Sean Doc Boyd because he is coming from the place of his comfort. He is coming from the place of his pain. He is coming from the place of his pivot. He talked about his 18-year-old self. He talked about his service mind self. He talked about his time that he actually was adopted by this Korean family. And now not only do we love him, we love June, his brother. And now he's brilliant. But not only is he brilliant and knowledgeable about his stuff, but we know him personally. We know him. That's the reason why we're giving to him. That's the reason why we're rallying. We're not rallying because he taught us that A6400 is better than the M50. We're rallying because he's showing us himself. And we connect with his humanity. We all want content. We all want to present ourselves right to the world. But there are other people online that do that. Why are we rallying with Doc? Because he allowed us into his space. He allowed us to come and partake of the fruit of the tree that was his life. I'm talking to myself like all preachers do, like all speakers do, right? And I hope this has been a blessing to you guys. I hope this has been a moment of empowerment. I hope that what I'm saying has really kind of shifted you a little bit. And if you're getting stuck, I know it's day 5, 6, and 7. The weekend is coming. Busyness is coming. But in that busyness, you're busy because you're living. Oh, lem drops right there. You're busy because you're living. And your life is expressing the fruit of your experiences. I like to partake of that. All right, y'all. 16 years strong. Yep, wonder years. Thank you, Brianna. All right, y'all. That's about it for now. So, as they say in the Caribbean, I'm out like Brussels sprout.